Well, the Philadelphia consistently ranks above the national average in terms of crime, but it's getting even worse.
Yeah, it's not just Philly residents that are tired of it. Police are as well. Our correspondent Sarah Williamson has more details.
That's right. I spoke to a police officer, a former police officer actually, and he really had a lot to say on the subject because Philadelphia, it's becoming one of the crime capitals. It's getting so bad that, as you mentioned, even retired cops are now taking action. This retired sergeant, Mark Fossetti, has taken his efforts online now, regularly speaking out against the rising crime on YouTube and on Twitter as well.
Within the last 4 years, the crime in Philadelphia has gotten to a point that would rival third world countries. And as a person who was in law enforcement in Philadelphia, who gave his body, his mind to this city to keep it safe, we've gotten to a point where it's just breaking to watch and to see our district attorney in Philadelphia absolutely do nothing.
Now, when I spoke to Sergeant Fossetti about these types of videos that he was also sharing to Twitter, often showing graphic moments like this one here, where the victims are being killed right there in the Philadelphia streets.
A lot of police officers have reached out to me with these videos. They've had enough. And what we all want to do is show the world the shock of what is going on in our city every day. And that's why I'm posting some graphic videos so everyone can really see what it's really like, so they can have that jaw-dropping moment. So maybe, just maybe, the entire city, the state, and the country gets together for once and comes up with an idea to finally stop all this violence.
Now, as of last week, more than 1,700 people had been shot in Philly, which set a record last year with 561 homicides. So far this year, there has been 403 killings, and we have just got under that. We just have 3 months left to go of this year. Now, armed robberies were up 59%, and commercial burglaries have increased nearly 50% also. So when you look at the numbers here, you can see and understand why people like Sergeant Fossetti are upset about this and have had to, react and take action online here.
Just like the residents. If you'll stand by for a second, Sarah. We also want to talk about this, fentanyl coming into the Halloween. A lot of people talking about the possibility as Halloween approaches. Senate Republicans are releasing a powerful PSA warning parents about the dangers of rainbow fentanyl.
I come to you today not only as a United States Senator, but as a fellow American concerned about the health of our nation's youth this Halloween.
The powerful drug cartels are coming after your kids, your neighbors, your students, your family members, and your friends.
Fake pills laced with fentanyl are beginning to look like candy in an effort to lure young Americans.
This epidemic is exploding, which is why this Halloween, let's join forces and look out for one another.
Only let kids get candy from trusted neighbors, family, and friends.
Set a curfew for your trick-or-treaters.
Always double and triple check their candy for drugs or suspiciously packaged or unpackaged items.
Now, this comes after the Drug Enforcement Agency has released multiple warnings about fentanyl targeting young kids. Joining the conversation is former New York Commissioner in the Giuliani and Bloomberg administration, Brian Andersson. Of course, Sarah remains with us. Brian, I think many may ask, why would these drug cartels be targeting young kids? Or are they using the packaging, the kind of attractive packaging, for something else?
It's very strange. I mean, I remember growing up in the Bronx, you'd have to come home and show your mom all the candy and she'd throw out half of it and you'd want to save it. So you can understand, you just want to protect your kids, but I don't understand what this is about. But America is clearly under attack. The open borders, this is just streaming on through, unaddressed apparently, but at least some people are taking it seriously. I mean, Rolling Stone chimed in and said it's a Republican scare tactic when the DEA has clearly made this an issue we should be concerned about.
Yeah, let's underscore that. The Rolling Stone saying, among others, saying Republicans are overreacting, creating something that doesn't exist. Maybe it is just a matter of how they're packaging it to hide it so nobody knows it. But then why does the DEA, under the Biden administration itself, issue a warning?
Precisely. Because it's a very real warning. This is coming through. They've caught it. They have it. They see how it's packaged and how it appeals to you. Do the drug dealers say, "I've got some green ones for you. I'll take those"? No, it's clearly aimed at a different audience and a different way of getting it through. Maybe it's an easier way to get it through the border. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. Sarah, I wanted to ask you about this. I mean, it's one thing, it does seem hard to imagine that there would be a specific targeting of children, but at the same time, the goal is to get as many drugs into the country and circulating around the country in the most incognito way. So if you're packaging brightly colored rainbow pills that look like candy in candy camouflage,
absolutely.
It might have nothing to do with kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't think the aim of the cartels here is to go out and kill 6-year-olds. Their aim is to make money.
Yeah.
So they are packaging these things, we can imagine, to make them look like candy, to disguise it from the authorities, because they're not going to pick up on it as easily if they were to be packaged in like they were when they sent it in the mail, which is how we normally see other drugs being posted.
Yeah.
So this is more, I think, why they are disguised as candy, and the kids have to be so careful that they just don't get their hands on this. If they were to find this accidentally, I think that is more of the scare here.
Right, and Brian, like you said, I remember as a kid, you bring it home and your parents throw out half of it, and that needs to go on this year especially. So,
Precisely, but we don't want to see anything happen here.
But there is fentanyl testing kits as well, which you can buy. So I do urge all parents to go out there and buy them. I was told that you can get them in the pharmacies.
Sarah Williamson, Brian Anderson, thank you so much.